Hey y'all, it's Jim T with RCGroups.com bringing you the RC news of the week. Let me tell you something about this. I never know where to look when I'm doing this. I've actually Googled, where should I look when I'm doing an interview? Or not an interview, but a YouTube video. And some people say look right at the camera. But when I do, I can't see that because some of my screen's down here. But other people say looking right at the camera, people find unnerving. So I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. It just seems like something I think about every time I start one of these broadcasts. So anyway, I'm just looking straight ahead. With that said, it's a brand new year. We're getting ready for a snowstorm. Some of my family are going to be traveling, so everybody's upstairs figuring out snow chains and things like that. So we have that going on. Half the family's been sick. I'm getting over the other side of it. So we've got that going on. And we have a ton of RC news to go over. I actually did an interview kind of between Christmas and New Year's, I guess. I don't know. I have to look at the date. Everything's kind of blurry now because before it was all leading up to the end of the year, and now it's all dropping and falling into this new year. And here we are. But I do know this. I do know that a lot of news stacked up. And we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about my interview. We're going to talk about Mythbusters, talking about RCGroups.com. I'm sure if you're into the hobby, you watch the show Mythbusters on TV where they would find stuff and do cool experiments and blow things up and shoot at things. And now they're talking about RC on Adam Savage's YouTube channel. And we'll talk about why that's cool in a minute. So is there anything else for me to talk about? Not at this moment, other than going straight to the news. Bam, here we are. The 5 folks at Legend reached out and they wanted to let everyone know about this 185cc twin engine that they've just released. I think the biggest news here is that it's big, y'all. So new ceramic plating cylinders, angled plugs. It's a gasoline engine, and this isn't new. But I remember when gas engines kind of came on the scene and sort of changed everything because gasoline's affordable and you can go get it down the street. And so there's a whole feature here. We don't want to go into the very long rabbit hole of this engine, but go check them out over at Legend Hobby. You will find not just airplanes, not just engines, but you'll also find some remarkable planes that the whole crew over there is always working on. I did reach out to Mean Joe Vermillion about doing a video pretty soon about some new airplanes and some existing airplanes and some builds. So we have a whole bunch of stuff coming out on Legend. So anyway, go check that out. That's new news. Also, here's my Mythbuster story. Let's go see what I said. That's actually the image. So this is Adam Savage from the Mythbusters, and he is with Adam Woodworth, who I understand is an RC Groups user and has been for a long, long time. I personally don't have knowledge of that because I don't know his username. I'll tell you this. If you run into me and I see your face and I've seen you on the internet, I'll never remember your name, but I'll always know. It's weird. It's like being able to count toothpicks that fall on the floor. I know how many are on the ground. I usually know somebody's username when I see them. But anyway, I hear that Adam Woodworth, who is in this video, talking about RC, is RC Group's member. So that's cool. And then let's click over to this video and I'll show you the thing that
something every homeowner needs to know. I thought my insurance.
So I've seen this commercial way too many times. Down here in the description, it says RC Groups. This is one of the largest online forums dedicated to radio control hobbies. And then it has a link to RC Groups as well as flight tests and the AMA. So these guys,
insurance policy
very loud.
everything.
How many had 345,000? Let's skip
Hey, everybody. Adam Savage in my cave with friend of Tested, Adam Woodworth, CEO of Wing Aviation. We have known each other for a long time. And Adam, you seem to have a pathological need to break the Z-axis. But I'm curious, as CEO of Wing, why are we looking at model airplanes here on the table?
I think it's because for me, the the seed that grew into the sort of plant that was liking aviation started with model airplanes. So, I think sort of before I have formed memories, I was around flying stuff. My dad was really big into model rocketry and RC stuff, and so I sort of grew up in that ecosystem.
Yeah. No, I worked on a matrix where we had access to this giant 100,000 square foot building, and on lunches over there, a bunch of the model makers started making foam planes and just smashing them into each other. But really fun.
So this is a whole video talking to two guys who do quite a lot of interesting stuff and how RC has come into play and the things that they do and some designs that they're creating. So very cool. And then also down here, you know, they're listing RC groups is a place to go if you want to learn about RC. And super exciting for me. I was really blown away. So go check it out. Once again, this is in this feature article right here. And you can go watch the video and learn a little more and talk to other folks about being excited about that. I also sat down with Mike from Robart and Zap because Zap, I got a press release about some Zap news. And I called Mike and I said, yo, why don't we just do a video because we're about due. Hey, everyone, Jim T. Graham with RCGroups.com. We are back with MythBusters. And Mike, I was asking before we went live how I should introduce you. And I think we'll leap right into that. So we're going to talk about some changes or some updates at Robart/Zap/ exactly what we're about to learn about. And I have to stop right there because we can't give away what we're going to talk about in this video. So let me jump back out of here. But you can go to our feature article right here and learn about the big Zap news. Also, if I were to scroll to the end of this, my son has been building a 3D printed board of some sort. And so he'll come downstairs and ask for advice or tools or zip ties or CA. And so I got the down low on what kind of CA to use on 3D printed things because I know the whole 3D section of RC Groups is really blowing up with 3D printed airplanes. So Mike talks to us about the CA or the glue that Zap makes that's good for that. And then we also talk about epoxy that will allow you to take a kind of a CA print that has ridges in it and you hit it with 30-minute and smooth it right out. Okay, that was a bad representation. So go check it out. Always appreciate talking to Mike and Zap, man. One thing I noted is I didn't realize that Zap glue was used in the hobby, but also for fly fishing and model trains and making knives. Because I made knives one Christmas and I was using Zap and thin CA and all the other things that Zap is into. All the industries is pretty mind blowing. So the fact that they have updated news about what's happening with Zap is cool. Go check it out. I'm really teasing you here. So here's another great part of the hobby, Hitec, who I'm sure you know. I'm great friends with Hitec and all the people there. I've known them for a really long time. We do interviews. Mike, it's time for us. Mike Mayberry, it's time for us to do a new interview, I'm sure. And this is just a little story about how Hitec's not only in RC planes, it's kind of a theme going on here, but also in things like robotics and rockets and Yetis. And is that I guess that's technically a Yeti. And all the different ways that the servos and electronics at Hitec are used. You might ask the question, Jim, you keep saying we can go check these things out. Where can we find them? Just go here to the first circle on the site and go to our online magazine and you will see all the cool stuff that I'm talking about. And you can go read it, drink coffee, and just kind of relax. This is my thing now. At the end of the day, I like to go read the stuff I want to read and do. Hey, we have a What the Heck Wednesday. I have to tell Jason Cole something. Jason, are you watching? Are you out there? Oh, wait. No. I have to stop. Jason, I'll tell you that. And I don't know, in about 8 minutes, I'll tell you what I have to tell you. So anyway, this is a good one, although I have some problems and some theories. And I have, when I watch a crash, I always think, what would I have done? So let's go watch it. Skywolf 88 V2. Very brightly schemed. You cannot lose it in the sky. Oh, we're maidening it. Always tricky eye. When I used to go to the field here on Wednesdays when I worked for Hobby Lobby, people would bring airplanes out and have some people had favorite people to maiden their plane. And I made their plane. A friend of ours got the keys. And one day I took off just like this, and I did the direction of everything. And he had everything back. And let me tell you something. I did land that airplane, but I really was reluctant. It really took me a lesson. Not that I didn't know that you should correct all your surfaces before you take off. I just not to do it. Okay, so I kind of know where this is going to go down. You're going to see it when it happens. Like the man from Lanier says, you don't know what it is, but when you do, you will. Here it comes, I think. Oh, there it went. All right, all right. There goes everything on the tail group. He has no control. Let's stop right here. What could he have done to solve this problem? So, back in the days when I would test fly things, I really learned a big lesson. If you can put Elevon in your wings and put that on a switch, it's never a bad idea, because when this happens to you, when you lose your elevator and you could flip a switch, you might be able to save that airplane by turning your ailerons into elevators as well. So the CG could be all askew and you might not be able to get it back, but you'd have much better chance of getting it back than this guy who is at the mercy of gravity. Here we go. Now, I have a huge problem with what's about to happen.
You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. This guy completely missed the crash. He's had one job as a cameraman. He's completely blown it. I'll hit play here. So that's what you get. I mean, I would expect no less. And he just built it. And I'm going to assume, I can't assume he stick with it, but I will. Because the whole tail group fell off.
Engine kill switch.
He's looking for stuff. He's so sad. When are you just going to drop it? Just drop it in disgust. Just drop it. Oh, well, yeah. Go sit down. Now, if this would have been an APROPRO event, people would be jumping up and down on this stuff. Oh, he's out of there. That is exactly what you should do. You should walk away. Sit down. I love it. This might be one of my favorite, except for the guy who didn't get the actual crash. That was awesome. What the Heck Wednesday by Jason. We have some more crashes coming up, and then I'll talk to Jason. Unleashing the Beast. I love these videos. I've done it again. Hold on one second. Let's go back. And now I've lost my page. Let's go forward. Here we go. The link is right here. I tried to put the link on the image, but the whole architecture would not allow that to happen. So this is the HobbyKing Yak-11, and we have a video. It's an unboxing and a flight test. And I think these are super important for HobbyKing and for you, pilot. Because let's say you're like, I've got money for Christmas and I'm doing hiking. But I definitely want to see.
Hey everybody, it's Rob. Today's video is on the HobbyKing Yak-11 Steadfast. This is the new single seat version. We previously had the two-seater. This is the single.
Oh, and so Stuart and I were talking about that in our interview, and you can probably go to RC Groups and see it up in the, where's my finger? Up in the corner up here. So this is always great to see. You know what you get. You know what's coming out of the box, which is one of the more exciting parts of getting a new airplane. And then you also have an expert showing you exactly how to set it up, which is crazy important. And a video is even better for seeing how it goes. And now we have the flight. CGs, things like that are all great tips to take away from a video like this. Oh, it just takes off. That doesn't look like how Warbird usually handles. Oh, slow motion. I hear it. I hear what you did there. And all right. Hey to everyone at HobbyKing. I just wrote them a letter this morning. So hey to the whole crew. I will not name you by name. There is a sale going on from CNHL, our sponsor of the news. First of all, thanks to CNHL for being the sponsor of the RC News. They reached out and said, we want to support that and make sure it keeps going. And thank you. I appreciate any kind of encouragement at all times. Also, you can go and check out their cell. Basically, what I do here is I talk about the cell. This is their direct words to me. Dear Jim, here's the cell. And then I drop it an email to you. And then I link directly to the cell. And then I also share some of the items that you can purchase. This isn't all the items. It's just a little taste of the items that you might be able to get. And not only do you get to buy some great batteries from a company that's been around a long time, you also get to support the RC News, which is all the RC news you could stand, I think. I don't know. I'm just talking now. Okay, this is cool. First of all, I'm always on the hunt for a good FPV plane. And if you've ever flown FPV on a plane, you know the chances of putting it into a hill or a tree are somewhat great. So if the airframe is only $2, then I'll love it. So let's go take a look.
This is this is Yvonne's new praying mantis friend that he didn't
That's
know.
not
the
it.
shit out of me. This is what the scale with my penguin, and this is the scale with Ian's face.
Oh my gosh.
And this is $2 toy plane from Amazon, and Mr. Ian is about to demonstrate how to properly use it.
Oh, this is what it's all about.
And it got stuck on the roof.
Hold you.
Why did you do it? Luckily, we have these.
The pro version.
The same frame, but it's running Tiny Trainer 3S and 4S motors. Tiny Trainer battery like this. It has my lovely Foxeer F7 20x20 flight controller.
matter
It
how
has
big
GPS that
plane is,
doesn't
you're in the
work
goggles,
because it's
all
a
the same.
GLRC. It has a
Now,
little VTX
this
and
one
little
can
shitty
win.
tiny whoop camera. And the total weight with this 3S battery, 550 mAh, it's 136 grams. With FPV, with everything, it has differential thrust, 2 servos, one for roll, and one.
The one thing I'm going to say here is a gyro is almost a must, especially if you're in the goggles. I was talking over it. I'm sure you didn't understand either one of us. Let's go back. I want to see if this has a gyro on it.
Tiny Trainer battery like this. It has my lovely Foxeer F7 20x20 flight controller. It has GPS that doesn't work because it's a GLRC. It has a little VTX and little shitty tiny whoop camera. And the total weight with this 3S battery, 550 mAh, it's 136 grams. With FPV, with everything, it has differential thrust, 2 servos, one for roll and one for pitch.
This is a big
Or
servo.
elevator, that's what the wing guys say. But it doesn't make sense
Elevator.
because if you're sideways, then it's definitely not elevator. So all wing guys are wrong. Or they're just flying like pancakes all the time, like this. Of course, I forgot to say that it's running Betaflight. It's running Betaflight latest 4.6 development build. Apparently, if your plane can't take off horizontally from the table, it's not a cool plane. And we're about to find out if this $2 frame is cool enough. Arming, go.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Piece of cake.
Holy smokes.
Very violent.
Wow.
This plane now officially cool.
Oh yeah? Does it get the Ivan thumbs up of
Thumbs up.
thumbs up?
These are also very high tech.
Wow.
3D printed mounts for Tiny Trainer motors, and this is a high-tech battery mount, and it works just like that. It slides in.
The simpler, the better, man.
And
Just
boom.
as long as you don't fling it off while you're going 800 miles an hour off the table.
Oh, there you are.
Shitty camera.
That is a clean
Oh, there you go.
signal.
Bye. Off to the woods.
So
I
awesome.
lose the video. No, we're good.
Okay. It better be 0 mile per hour wind. I don't know though. It's so
This is
fast,
the
and I bet it carries a lot of weight.
136
It might be able to.
plane.
It might take some wind.
I still can't believe how smooth it flies for the
Yeah.
flies.
I can't either, honestly.
Full throttle.
Awesome.
118 kilometers an hour. When I first time launched it yesterday, well, before I launched, I didn't expect it to fly at all. I'm like, oh, this is probably too heavy. It's just gonna crash.
Right.
And I was hoping it's gonna crash not that fast. But I just threw it and it started flying. I was like, holy fuck.
That's not good.
We got a
I'll edit
Sneak
that
attack, Andy.
out, y'all.
You got it, Andy?
sneak attack, Andy.
Andy is always very sneaky. Record Andy.
I already did.
Record Andy harder. What do you think about this plane, Andy?
That's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna make one.
Or I'm gonna try to. Well, I think if Betaflight can handle flying that.
Okay, I almost never watch this much of a video. And sometimes I wonder, should I watch the video first? And there was one reason I should in this one, but wow, holy smokes. Let's watch a little more.
Then we kind of solved the wings. What do you think?
I think we solved wings. I think you solved wings.
The wings are solved.
That's a great.
Randy, what are you doing with my car?
Okay, I think we've hit the more interesting part of the video. Anyway, you can go watch that on the RC Group's online magazine. That is nutso crazo. Let's go back here. I want to see if he's got anything in the description that talks about anything else, like links to the plane and all that stuff. There's the club, basic tune, little plane parts list at Amazon, 3D printed motor mounts, battery motors. It's everything. You could literally just go down the list, order it, and then go back in your shop and build it. That's hot. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Hey, everyone. IRCHA's coming up August 3rd through the 10th of 2025. It is the Joe Nall of helicopter events. If you're a helicopter person and you haven't been to IRCHA, you should probably go. I'm sure it's not as crazy as it was, 10 years ago, but maybe, who knows? Hey, I want to welcome KC3D. They reached out to me and I put together this feature article for them. They create charger cases, and so they have multiple iterations of this. Right now we're looking at the Companion G2 primarily. It comes in two versions, one that runs AC and DC, as well as a battery-only powered version. But if you go to here's all the specs and all the information. And I forget who was talking to me about this or why they even saw this. They weren't in the hobby and they were asking me. And I'm like, anyone who flies RC or any kind of thing that needs a battery, it can be boats or helis or whatever, you need a charging case. I have this thing that I put together years ago that served me well and goes everywhere and has all the stuff I need in it. And that's exactly what this is. This would be a dedicated charging case for you to grab and go and know that it's ready and you have your stuff. So go check them out. There's a link down here and you can see, let's just click on it. You can see all the stuff. Great folks. Just solving problems for the hobby. KC3D. And there's more folks talking out. These are fantastic, fantastic cases and very well priced. I've used KC3D products on a number of occasions. There's nothing better than somebody third party talking about something to let you know it's good. I love it. Okay, here's Jason. Hello, Jason. I didn't see this. I don't even know. It was like, once again, between Christmas and New Year's, and I felt compelled to create as many stories. Like, I went out on the site. I was looking for all kinds of stuff that I could maybe do something on. And I did this whole feature article about crashes. And then today, when I was building this feature article that we're looking at right now, I saw this and I was like, hold on. These are the exact same videos I did, except Jason did them like 3 days before. I'm not sure how I missed it. I mean, it's somewhat surprising, but not that surprising. So these are all great crashes from 2024. And this guy, bonk, right in his head. But luckily, it's a small airplane. So just after here, if you enjoy crashes, I know I do. I was really looking forward to a lot more great crashes, and it was kind of hard to find them. That guy just stopped flying, I guess. Maybe his mine landed 10 feet before the ground showed up. Look at a few of these. I never know when to stop. That goes for everything I do. Ooh, a hover jet. Yes. That can't be easy. I don't know. It feels like there's no gyro involved here. It's a great looking thing.
Windy. Something went as well.
Could it be 3D printed? Could you just glue that together? I would think. I don't think slow motion's called for, by the way.
Perfect.
There's Johnny hit himself in the head. I love it when birds attack RC planes. It's only happened to me once, and it was with not a Wingo. I always forget the name of that foam wing looking airplane. Oh man. Anyway, it happened and I was super stoked. I would love for an airplane or a bird to grab an airplane and ride it to the ground. And this bird and this plane look remarkably alike. Right? The wingtips and they're like they're related. I'd love to know also what they're thinking. I've got to get this bird off my territory. And what's in its mouth? Maybe they think there's a fish in that plane's mouth or something. Oh, now we're just gliding. Now, poor. I'm pretty sure I watched all of this and I don't remember a bird latching on. But let's just wait and see, and then we'll get out of here on this video. Come on. All right. I'm about to give up. He's coming in. No, he's scared. Yeah, it's a no-go. So anyway, there's tons of great videos that you can watch and enjoy. All right, I'll jump back out. And this is my last feature, and then I have a little sidebar. If you're a company that sells RC products, I want to show you something. I don't normally do this, but I wanted to share this spot with everyone. This is a story on Effortless FPV, Secrets of Smooth Flying. And this guy ought to know.
Being an FPV pilot is really hard, but being a smooth FPV pilot is even more difficult. I've been a professional FPV pilot in both the racing and filming industry for 5+ years now, and I've learned a couple key tricks along the way that will help any pilot become smoother. I feel like the most common thing people think that would make them smoother is having the perfect rates, and in my opinion, that's just not true. I've seen pilots with super fast rates be smooth, and I've seen pilots with super slow rates be smooth, and rates just aren't the reason why. The first key tip is about the acceleration of the stick. And I know this may sound crazy, but we're going to use driving a car as an example. To put this in.
Okay, so if this is your thing, this would be the guy to listen to. Evan Turner has been doing this since he was little. And he says 5 years. I thought it'd be much longer than that. I've been aware of this guy for a long time. And once again, you can go check that out here. And that is right up here, this all RC. Of course, we have everything segmented out into planes, sailplanes, helis, and FPV. A lot of the stuff I do goes into all RC, I think. Hey, if you're a RC company and you're looking for a great way to get the word out, this RC News banner that you see right now just became available. This little area right here has been locked down for years and years. Let me hit the refresh button. And here I am with my interview with Stuart from HobbyKing. So if you're interested, you want to get in that slot, like the fine folks at Hitec or CNHL, this is a static spot. It doesn't move. And it literally, I opened up, I guess, in the last 24 hours. So it's pretty rare. I don't know how long it'll last. I personally love to have this spot for putting my stuff in. Like when I do the news, I'll create a news banner and it'll go in here. So it's a great way for me to talk to everyone about what's new on the site. But if you have something you want to get in front of everyone, it's also a great way to do that. So shoot me a PM or an email or whatever it is that you might do. No one calls anymore. No one wants me to call them. It drives me crazy. Let me jump out of here. All right. So this has been the news. I'll have a feature article with, well, and we were talking about how to find it all. I'll have a feature article with all the links and you can go through it just as you were watching me go through it, and you can go click on it and find it easily. That will be, let's jump out for a second and I'll show you where you can find it. Well, first of all, I'll have a banner up here in this corner, and then I'll also put it in the electric plane talk section. And then after that, it will go in the RCG news section, which is chock full. So I think about stuff a lot, everything, all the time. But all the news articles ultimately go here. And so you would think some of this stuff is time sensitive, but most of it is not. Most of it's just interesting RC things that have come up during the week, and then we've cherry picked out and created feature articles, and then here we are. So also interviews and things like that all go in here. And if you're just looking for a vast cornucopia of RC information, of interesting things, it's all living right here. So be sure and check that out. And also thanks to CNHL. Let me scroll right there. Our RC News sponsor. And there'll be a link in the description below that goes to CNHL. There'll be a link that goes to the feature. The feature will have links to everything that I've talked about. And I think that's it. I want to wish everyone a happy new year. I want to thank everyone who hangs out on the forum, who hangs out and watches our videos, and most especially everyone out there in the hobby who's doing it and sharing the information and growing the hobby and doing all the good things. And I'm sure there's a lot more things to be thankful for all of us. So just be thankful. All right, everyone. I'm Jim T with RCGroups.com. This has been RC News, and we're out of here. I'm going to hit the button, and then it's going to all be done.